Hola amigos y amigas, I am Leila, also known as Ms. Bohemia, and I am here today to talk about the iRestore Professional. What is the iRestore Professional? This is what the iRestore Professional is. A laser and LED helmet for hair growth. So since I will be doing my treatment as I speak, I'll show you first how it turns on while you're wondering what the hell is that on your head, and then I'll let you know. This is the switch. You hit power. 25 minutes, it automatically sets itself to that time. You don't really have an option at the time. 25 minutes is it. Hit start, and it's on. The iRestore Professional, and there's also an iRestore Essential model, is an advanced FDA cleared system to fight hair loss and thinning. It's equipped with 282 lasers and LEDs with an output of 1410 megawatts total. And this model, the iRestore Professional, delivers more power and light energy than other comparable helmets and hats and light and LED devices on the market. You should expect to see results of fuller hair in about 3 to 6 months. Although they do give you a full year to fully try it out, and should it not work for you, you have up until a full year of 100% money back guarantee. As you can see, it's lighting up. I can't light it up and show you the inside. You just have to see the flashing lights because unless it's on your head, it's not going to turn on. So that's why I also had to try it on and demonstrate it so that you could see the flashing lights. At the end of the video, I'll go ahead and I'll show you my problem areas. I will also be inserting footage of my husband's head to show you why we both decided to go ahead and give this a go. What I'm really going to be touching base on are the very basics. Any further research and whatnot you should do on your own, and more than anything, delve into their website, and it's gonna be linked to below as well. They have an extensive FAQ. They have a number of videos that go in depth as to the iRestore Essential and the Pro model. They have a myriad of testimonials. You can even Google it. You will find so many testimonials online. You can do a search on YouTube. I did my due diligence, and honestly, I did not find any negative thing about this company nor about the iRestore Professional. There are comparable devices on the market, but this one seemed to be by far the superior model. And if there are other ones that are comparable, then they weren't comparable in price. So weighing all those factors in, we decided to go with the iRestore. I'm going to be sharing a few of the answers that they give to some of the questions in their FAQ page, just to give you an idea as to what this whole thing is about. They call this LLT, low level light therapy. And one of the questions is, how does low-level light therapy work? It's simple. It's just like watering plants, says the website. Your hair is either in the process of growing, resting, or falling out. The light energy acts like water and nutrients that are absorbed by your hair follicles to keep your hair in the growing phase. And so the result is that dormant hairs are reactivated to reverse the thinning process. And you should technically end up with a thicker, fuller head of hair, which is what a lot of people are attesting to. They have experienced over 43% of hair growth in their study. They are led by a board-certified laser surgeon and dermatologist, and you can read more on their website about this dermatologist. There's videos where he's talking, and they also delve in about their clinical trials and whatnot, where they even tested the iRestore in clinical trials involving alopecia. The results were impressive that it even shocked the researchers, so there's always hope. They have a hair loss quiz that you can take on the website to see if this is the right thing for you, because obviously not everyone is going to be a candidate for iRestore, and this doesn't work miracles. But if you could be someone that this could help, then why not? Give it a try. Again, money back guarantee. So one of the most asked questions is, how long until I see visible results? You can see visible results from LLT within 12 to 24 weeks of continued use of 25-minute sessions every other day. And obviously the results are going to vary from individual to individual. What you can expect is to see a slowdown in hair loss and a reduction in miniaturization of hair follicles. So as you age, as you lose pigment in your hair, many other reasons that I'm not well schooled in, it's common to see a thinning of your hair follicles. And so this works against that in the first 2 to 4 months. And then from around 4 to 6 months, you can expect to see thicker, fuller hair growing in. LLT is supposed to yield better results as you continue using the helmet and maintaining your hair growth and nourishing it and nurturing it and promoting it. And again, it's different from every person. individual to individual, case by case, depending on what you're going through. They include a general timeline on their website that you can delve into more, so you can take your time and study up on and delve into hair if you want to understand it better. But basically, hair only grows half an inch each month, and you can expect it to go through that cycle. And you use iRestore every day? No, you use it every other day, 25 minutes, and then you're done. And this is all it takes. So while you're sitting and working, while you're watching TV, while you're relaxing, and this is all you have to do. This does all the work. And the reason they don't want you to do it every day is because you run the risk of overstimulating the hair follicles, which can be detrimental to the hair. So just using it every other day, honestly, sometimes I forget and I use it every 3 days instead of every other day. I'm trying to be really good about it. Now that my husband has started using it, I'm being more consistent about using it every other day, but I would not do it every day. If I was to use it today and then tomorrow forget if I used it today or not, then rather than run the risk of using it 2 days in a row, I'll skip the day and use it the next day, and that way I'm playing it safe. You don't want to overstimulate your hair follicles. An interesting question is, I noticed my hair follicles falling out, shedding after my initial treatments. Is this normal? For most hair treatment solutions, it's perfectly normal to see more shedding in the very initial stages of using such a new protocol, mainly because weaker, thinner hairs are being replaced by stronger, thicker hairs. LLT, low-level light therapy, is not expected to make any hair loss worse because it's designed to combat genetic hair loss. There are scientists, there are people who believe that any initial hair loss you may be experiencing is mainly because the stage is being set for the thicker, fuller hair to come in. There are 4 stages of hair growth: the anagen, catagen, telogen, and exogen phase, and it's a repeated cycle of hair growth, hair loss, followed by hair growth again. It's basically the process of old, weak hair falling out and being replaced by new, thicker, healthier hair. More details on all of that and more scientific explanations on the website. Is it too late for me to use LLT? Is it too late for me to use iRestore? Again, this is not for everyone. It's not going to work on someone who is completely bald. The hair follicles have to still be alive, otherwise iRestore is not going to be effective. Though they do say that as long as you do have hair, even thin hair, this could still help you and be effective. It's not intended for people with severe hair loss, and again, they have way more information on the website, quizzes you can take, and they also suggest to consult a physician to see if LLT could help you, or to reach out to their people for consultation, and they could definitely help you out more than what I can say in this video. Do the lasers penetrate through the hair, or should I be parting my hair to expose my scalp to the lasers? As you can see, I didn't do any of that. I just plopped it on, so it's not required that you do that. So the LLT uses specific wavelengths of 640 to 660 nanometers to deliver photons to the tissues on the scalp to enhance cell metabolism and improve energy efficiency. The depth of penetration is dependent on the wave of light. So I don't know, make of that what you will. What's the difference between lasers and LEDs? So lasers emit coherent light and can be transmitted over long distances as they focus on a single point. LEDs tend to distribute their power over a larger area without the traveling effect of lasers. Light-emitting diodes tend to target and affect local tissues that are exposed to the light. From a short distance, lasers and LEDs may behave very similarly and emit energy in a similar way, deliver energy in a similar way. Because it's not coherent light, LEDs can actually use higher power at healing wavelengths and not cause harm, especially since they use very high quality LEDs here to maintain the required energy levels. And so all the light sources are designed and positioned close to the scalp to allow the hair follicles to receive the proper light energy to promote hair growth. iRestore uses the combination of both lasers and LEDs to deliver photons to the scalp to reach both the superficial tissue and the deeper tissues, the follicles. LEDs work along with the lasers to provide wider coverage to the full scalp. And the LEDs that are used in the iRestore helmet are very powerful medical grade LEDs that near monochromatic light, which has properties very similar to lasers, but it still provides a broad stimulation to the scalp to ensure exposure of all hair follicles to the light energy. And the question everyone wants to know is, will iRestore promote a reduction in hair loss? LLT uses a scientific process to fight hair loss and promote hair growth by stimulating cell metabolism at the follicular level. This treats genetic hair loss and allows users to have long-term success without experiencing an increase in health risks. And many solutions on the market, they use drugs and chemicals to regrow the hair, but those come with side effects potentially. They could give you other effects. They could actually damage your hair. You never know. And so we figured we don't really lose much by trying it out with light therapy, because the other alternatives can have long-term complications for your health and your well-being, and I'm not comfortable with that. iRestore is known to say that they're opposed to using any unsafe methods and invasive options, and they just want to use what's safer. And I'm done. My 25 minutes is over, and voila. A little flat, but very happy. So this is a little clip with my husband documenting my husband's hair loss. So in a few months, we will check back in and see how he does with the growth. Go! As you saw with my husband, he's experiencing what appears to be male pattern baldness. He used to have very thick hair and let it grow long, longer than what I have now, and hippie and nice. And so then over time, he does the buzz cut because he lost a lot of hair and it's thinning. With me, I used to honestly, no joke, have like triple the amount of hair in my younger years. Really high density. Now I'm about a medium density, and that just had to do with stress, not knowing exactly how to take good care of my hair and scalp. And I'm doing really well on those fronts right now, taking supplements, massaging my scalp, and just living the curly life, and it's really helped. However, in 2019, I sustained horrific damage to my hair, and I would also think it affected my scalp. I sustained 3 different rounds of damage. The first 2 entailed horrific bleach damage by colorists who had no clue what they were doing, and bleach, given that I mainly touch up my roots and they also had it on my hair, also left me just feeling completely burned at the scalp level. So I don't know if I sustained damage there, but it would make sense if I did. We often underestimate our scalp, the fact that it's living, breathing skin, that we have to keep it clean and happy and healthy. So anything that you can do beyond using the helmet to ensure proper nutrition, drinking enough water, clean diets, catering to your hair well, the ingredients that you use, scalp massages, all those things are very helpful. Stimulating the blood flow, keeping an optimum environment for your hair. I mean, you can't be a total disgusting slob and then expect this to work a miracle for you. It's not going to, bottom line. So for me, the third thing that caused damage for me in 2019 was also using Diva Curl products, and all of that, my damage story is outlined in the video that I linked to in the cards already, and it will be linked to below as well. Aside from the fact that my hair was completely destroyed and I had to big chop, video on that here, I did sustain more heavy damage here to my temples. And on this side as well. We've probably owned it around 4 months or so, and I would say it's in the last 2 months that I've been more meticulous about using it every other day, although I did try using it before. And already I do feel that I've experienced better growth and more sustained growth. Like, I'm feeling that my hair is actually getting longer here, whereas in the past it was very slow going and it just felt like it was stuck at a particular length. I still feel the absence of that hair. I feel like I have empty pockets here, and it really irks me, and I have to work hard at how I style my hair so that it doesn't really show, but it's because of the damage that I sustained. I used to part my hair to the side and it wasn't anything noticeable, but I don't do that anymore because I notice it and it really bothers me. Let's consider this our starting off point, being filmed April 2021. I'll be back, I don't know, maybe in the 3-month mark, and then after that we'll come back at the 6-month mark and see what the progress is and see how I do and if I am having results. And that's pretty much it. I hope this is helpful. Stay tuned for more.